guys. Good morning. I hope you guys are well. Um, I want to talk to you a little bit about the lesson, real short. So, today we have a 2-day week, and you can see here I've emailed you either your lesson for Monday or Tuesday. Basically, we are doing, the same thing each day, depending on when I see you. So, on Monday, A2 is synchronous, and on Tuesday, B1 and B3 are synchronous. A4 and B5, you'll be listening to this screencast if you need it. So, what I wanted to share with you is just the lesson. So, you are going to be having day one of 2 days of writing your scene. So, what I expect is that this brainstorm is done and today. And if it's not done, here, let me try to enlarge this. If it's not done, it needs to be done first thing. It's important that you understand that without this done, I will not read your scene. So this has to be done. The reason is that I can tell when kids haven't done this because there's some key elements here that I require in the scene that are important for your grade. So particularly the last two boxes are really important, but really all of these boxes are important. There's nothing not important here in terms of the scene. And if you don't do this, uh, most likely you're not going to do the scene properly. You'll do a scene, but it's not the missing scene, and the exercise is copying the style really, really well. If you haven't looked at the samples, you should, because they're examples of what your scene should look like and the feel or the style and the tone of your scene. That's all really, really important in terms of this final grade. So that's important. The rubric's here. You're going to be graded in C. And so you have 2 days to do this, and then we're going to, and so the links are here, but you have your own copy in Google Classroom. But and I'll post the screencast right here. But the biggest thing is that you know that it's due on the 1st of June. There's no school. You need to get it in before that date. So anytime before the 1st of June. So that's what I expect. So maybe you should think about having it due the Sunday before or the Friday before. We are going to do peer editing on the 28th and 29th. So keep that in mind. So that's next week. So basically, we have a day of writing, and then we have another day of writing, and then we're going to finish up and peer edit and revise, and then the scene is due. Okay? So I'm going to be on your documents like I was before with the Anne Frank stuff. And I'll see what you're doing in there, and I'll give you some tips and advice as you write. I'll try to do that also in the async time because you might have noticed in terms of our schedule that day A and B, so A2 and B1 and 3, you're getting a little extra sync time with me because of how they've altered the schedule. So you might notice if you look here on the calendar and go down, you'll see that we have a few more day A's and B's together than day C's and D's. So I'll do my best to give feedback, but this is your last thing. I wish you all tons of luck with it. Have a lot of fun with it. And then we're going to vote here on June 2nd and 3rd. We're going to read and do the favorites. And then we're going to have a little rehearsal, and then we're going to perform. Then we're going to watch a little Romeo and Juliet. So I mapped out our schedule until the end of the year here. Whether we go back or don't go back or whatever, you kind of know we're not all going back at the same time. So distance learning, this kind of calendar and how it's going to work is basically going to be in place. Either you'd be doing this in the classroom in a small group of 8 students with a teacher, or you'd be doing it at home. So the way things are going in the rotation, it's important we keep this calendar because even if we go back, it won't be anything like going back to our regular kind of experience in room 265. Okay, so I think most of you are kind of getting that idea now. But that's why I continue to have this. So once June 1st happens, and we may or may not go back in the upper school to ISA, to the building, it's important that you understand that we're continuing on this schedule. This is the schedule. And some of you might be sitting in a classroom for an hour. Some of you might be at home. but we're going to continue on because we need to continue the distance learning model no matter what happens on June 1st. So that's the deal. And then if you are in the Romeo and Juliet study group, I think we're up to 10 members, maybe. I'd like you to remember Thursday, 11:30 to 12:30 is when we're going to meet. Okay? Best of luck, guys. So this is day 1. I expect you, let's plan on doing the brainstorm and 1 page of the scene today. And that way, if the scene needs to be 2 pages at least, you have another day to do the second page. But remember, a lot of you, your scene is probably going to be more like 3 or 4 pages. So just keep that all in mind. Okay, best of luck, guys. See you later. Bye.